Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Ah. Hello. Probably going to be a slow start today, I think, because everyone's still watching Chris. But hey, most important job. Get still not sponsored product. So we'll start with saying hello. So, hello, Jeremy, and hello, lovely Patty. How are you? How are you both? Although there's only one of you actually here, so you know. That's better. Even when you press play on the phone, it still doesn't. All good my end. I'm not getting any of the messages I had come up last week. Oh well. I'm hoping that's just a delay from the UK to the States. We've lost Patty. Uh-oh. I'm sat here talking to myself. Oh, back again. So I hope everyone's had a good week, not too busy. Did some stuffs yesterday. We'll try not to talk about that too much because, you know, we've all had enough of it. Howdy, Keith. How you doing? Hope all is well with you too. It happens with every stream. Fair enough. Hello, Jennifer and Steph. How the devil? Everyone's turning up now. Hello, Darlene. I'm guessing Chris has just hit stop then. So, yes. And Nola, hello. The artist formerly known as not Nola Jane. Chilling and watching the kiddos run around. Chilling is the best thing. And Mr. Rob DeFries, hello. And John Mofta and Vinoksky and S and the 7th week inquiring if I watched The Ritual. Not this week, I haven't. I've been annoyingly busy this week. Something to do with something that happened yesterday. Hello, Dennis. Welcome. Hello. Great comedy show. And as I say, now will be the time my throat decides to play silly beggars, won't it? And Broseph, I've no doubt I'll enjoy it. It's just I keep forgetting. I'm old and crap. Hello, Mr. Keller. How are you, Sir Bob? Belly rubs for Yazzie. So yes, I hope everyone did have a good, at least a passable Christmas. All done, all over now. You can put it all away, back up in the loft or the attic, wherever you store it all, for another year. As you can see, yes, my decorations. Yeah, there aren't any. Kind of pointless. Hello, Lady Metalhead. First one that picked up on the hello. Well, there we go. So because I'm of a certain age and nationality, kind of helps. So I hope everyone got some fishy related gifts yesterday. I got a couple of fishy related gifts. I got another tub of freeze-dried Daphnia and another £2 bag of algae wafers, or 1 kilo, whichever way you want to look at it, wherever you're from. From the lovely Mary, of course. She spoilt me silly, really did. bit confused as well now because I've got to figure something out, but there we go. There's the harvester of the sea, John the fisherman. Hello. And Jeremy, and yeah, if I've missed anyone, hello Steve. If I've missed anyone, hello. There's more names coming through than I'm used to seeing. So, although I have had 2 good naps today, so we're in good stead. So I've got some t-shirts, a couple of books, some chocolates, obviously. Yes, the male Farrell. Hello, Dave. How are you? Yeah, so a couple of t-shirts, one of which I'm wearing at the moment, which most of you probably won't get what a floorgasm is or who that is. Happy Boxing Day, Fishy Mom. Yes, being a Brit, I get that one. I also got a Floor Jansen snuggle blanket, which works quite well because the face and the chest go in the right places. Oh, well, there you go, Stevie P. No one hadn't said hello if I didn't know you were here. Mind you, I say hello to my ghosts and I don't know they're there all the time, so I'm weird. Can't read. It just says Floorgasm because the singer's name. Let me sort this out a bit better. She be the 6 foot tall Dutch singer of Nightwish, name of Floor Jansen. And the effect that her singing has on most people is they have a floorgasm. Anyway, but the other thing I did get the big prize, as it were. Hello, lovely Dee Dee. Hopefully it doesn't do anything too weird. Mary got me a GoPro, a Hero 7 Silver, which is currently on charge. And I think I've figured out how to get it to work. Basically do it the same way I do with my other camera and just pull the memory card out and stick it in the computer. That's the easy way. But if I'm going to film anything underwater, I am going to have to figure out how to do at least a voiceover edity thingy. So we shall see. Unless I just literally stick the camera in a tank and stick some food in front of it and let the fish go at it. And Steph with the ghosty emoji, thank you very much. And yeah, so I think what else I've got? A couple of couple of books on local paranormal stuff, a couple of attachments for the GoPro, tripods and floating holdy thingies. I'm on the correct side of the pond, Dennis. I'm on the eastern edge of the North Sea. I'm in the UK. Evening, John Paul and Mr. Mark Shrimp Tanks, the shrimp guru, the prawn star himself. And Amazon voucher. I'm made out like a bandit, let's be honest. There's Shawnee Sean. Howdy do, sir. Long time no see. Hope all is well with you. I have been speaking to a little birdie who says things may well be going quite well with you, so I will say no more. And Chevy's here as well, cool dear. Looking like I might just be out to spend the next couple of hours just talking to the people in the chat. Which will work quite well because I really haven't got much to talk about. Yeah, it's not a lot going on fish-wise. Nobody's bred this week. Nobody's died this week, I don't think. No deaths, no births. Nothing, nothing really happening. I've just been changing water, putting food in, cleaning filters. Everything's going well. Mark got socks. Well, once we get to that kind of our age mark, let's be honest, our age. I know it's scary. Me and Mark are basically the same age. He had a harder paper round than me. Yeah. Thing is, we do just socks are actually a present we open and we're like, yes, I haven't got to buy some. Exactly, you asked for them. What happened last week? I'm still not sure because my internet connection was fine. As soon as I dropped off, I started watching videos on YouTube. So it must have been a weird YouTube thing from the UK, something going and dying. Because I stopped after I think it was about 33 minutes, but the video is only 17 minutes long, so something weird went and happened there. No new criblets, Sherry. I haven't actually got any cribs anymore. Well, technically I have. I've got a pair of the Pelvicochromis subocellatus, but they're not breeding yet. Some glitch. Yeah, I'll say. And as some of you may have noticed, I mean, no one's actually said anything to me. I was conspicuously absent from streams this week. Let's put it that way, shall we? Reason being, I do struggle this time of year. I just basically assume that everything is going to be really Christmassy, and that makes things worse for me. So I just try and stay away, because otherwise I'm just going to upset people, and then I'll upset myself and vicious cycle. So it's best to just steer clear. That's why I've not been in any streams this week. No one's upset me. I've not been avoiding anything or anyone. Plus, I've been busy. Lots of shopping to do, lots of presents to wrap, more shopping to do, more presents to wrap, chores to do, tidying up and stuff to do, and get everything done a day earlier as well. Rain ruined plans. I've got a bunch of stuff to do tomorrow. Cool. There's always stuff to do, Sean. It's just whether you can put it off till tomorrow or you've got to do it today. My problem is I do put it off till tomorrow, keep putting it off till tomorrow, and then go, oh, bugger. There's a Shanna Banana. How are you, Missy 503? Hope you had a good Xmas. Yeah, I know, Sean. I've been dealing with this at this time of the year for 30 years, so I'm used to it now. But it's just easier for me to stay away from people if I can. There's only so long I can fake being happy and joyous before I just feel like needing to go and axe murder people. Couldn't have said it any better myself, S. An interesting and scary place. The fact that the human mind is perfectly capable of attacking itself, which is what most things, depression or anxiety, all that stuff are related, is the human mind attacking itself. And thank you very much, Bob, for the Mahoosive super sticker. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. But yeah, sending you a big grumble, miserable holidays hug. Oh, I do. I'll keep it in mind. I've got peoples, and I've even got professional peoples I can talk to now. Although, to be fair, I tend to just freak them out. So, you know. It kind of makes you wonder when you're a teenager and your psychiatrist tops themselves. Hang on. Fishimon, is there any chance that you've only just found out that today is known as Boxing Day in the rest of the world? Shanna's had a bit of the white stuff. Mark has been sharing the stream out. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's just typical UK Christmas weather. Wet, windy, warm. Yeah. Yesterday it was dry at least, so all the kids got to ride on their new electric scooters. Because that appears to have been the in gift this year for kids, an electric scooter. Now, despite the fact they're actually illegal to ride on the pavements or the streets or on anywhere public, they can only be used on private property. So yeah, a lot of them are going to get taken away and cut in half. And there she is. There's the lovely, lovely Mary, my much, much better half. Evening together. And allow me to translate the suffix to evening, everybody. So yes, if everyone be nice enough to say hello to Mary, because to be quite honest, she's probably the reason I'm still here today. So there we go. Originally Trinidadian. So yeah, that probably came over from here to there, however many hundreds of years ago. And here's where Mary gets embarrassed by everyone saying hello. Yes, the wild Mary from my videos. Yeah, she is a Suffolk girl, but don't hold that against her. I mean, I've been in Norfolk long enough that I basically qualify as a local. So yeah, I was waiting for the webbing to start developing on my feet and the extra fingers to start growing. I catch myself with the accent more and more often. It's quite scary. Yes. When instead of saying hello, how are you, you go, you're over. Literally, you're over. And that means, hello, sir, how are you? It's, yeah, Trinidad was an English colony. Yes. It's up. No, without wishing to sound boastful, it is kind of hard to keep track of what was and wasn't an English colony at some point. It was pretty much a quarter of the Earth's surface was English. Just say sup. Yeah. Sup. Yeah. Hello, Jennifer. Yeah, so it's one of those things where if you can find videos of people talking proper broad Norfolk accent, I guarantee there's probably only 2 people in that chat that might be able to understand what they're talking about. And I've been here 30 years and I sometimes struggle when they get proper broad Norfolk. Just look at each other in anger. Yes. I'll say it's one of those things, the same language, a completely different dialect. Nola's been winning a horse. I'm guessing a picture, not an actual horse. So even this time of year, surely no one can eat an entire horse. I'll give it a go, but I think I'll better get about halfway through a forelock and be stuffed. Oh, pardon me. Some Southers New Ross still struggle. Yeah. Not a picture, actual hoss. An actual walking Findus crispy pancake. And if you don't get that reference, there was a few years back now, There was a shock horror news when they tested the meat in certain products, Findus beef lasagna and crispy pancakes being two of them, and they were found to contain horse meat, which explained why they tasted better. Bob on a hoss too. Very cool. I'm assuming we're not talking like an actual, walking glue factory. But yeah, what turned out to basically have happened is there was a dodgy, not butcher's, slaughter yard. And yeah, when people were taking in the horse to be knackered, as in put down, yeah, that was getting mixed in with the beef. Hand sewn horse ornament. Jennifer got the goose. I'm not making any jokes about goosing Jennifer, don't worry. Yeah, the lasagna, that was hilarious. Oh, Steph's got Papa issues. Uh-oh. And Dennis had an aunt from Glasgow and it took years to understand. Yes. Don't call her a Ouija, okay? Apparently Glaswegians get really upset when you call them a Ouija. Yeah. Yeah, drunk Glaswegian is like the most impossible noise to decipher. It is just a constant string of consonants and swear words. And I know Mark's sitting there going, yeah, true. Exactly, Chevy. It's probably healthier and less full of gunk. It's certainly blooming tastier as well. And you go to France, unless you specify beefsteak, chances are you might get horse. Wonder why your steak is really tasty. Yeah, so if you're in France and you order steak, make sure it says beefsteak, beefsteak, or beef. Yeah. If it says cheval, yeah, don't. If you're worried about it, like movie Belfast, people have a hard time understanding it. Yeah, this is it. It's some people are really good at tuning into accents. Some people aren't. And if you've got experience of, if you've got experience of listening to stronger accents, then you'll get better at it. Yeah, Jamie Horsemeat's good eating. Oh, oh dear. I'm not sure which is worse, Steph. Yeah, either of them are going to probably cause problems out the other end. Hello, Jenny. Yeah. I remember I once ate a packet of the powder flavoring from some ramen noodle, or just noodles as we call them over here rather than ramen. Yeah, that was, yeah, that wasn't fun the next day. She held it all up. Good girl. Yeah, I grew up watching a lot of BBC and UK comedies and stuff. Yeah, that'll help. I mean, I say back then, not inferring that Rob's old, but because I remember it as well, so it makes me old. But yeah, if you were watching the BBC and you heard a regional accent, you knew it was a comedy program. Even the people on the news, even if they were from the north, had to put on the posh English accent, which I used to be able to do, but I struggle with. Yeah, bit of Benny Hill. Yes. No, I didn't know him. But yeah, it's yes. some epic comedies. Oh, yeah, Mark likes rum and bomb. Oh, pardon me. Oh, at least it's only coming out the top end at the moment. I may have overeaten a little yesterday with a little too much garlic mayo that is really garlicky. And yeah, I was in danger of levitating during the night. I'm not sure if it was the rain that woke me up or my butt. Oh, the young ones, yes. Benny Hill, Monty Python. Wait, where's Marriott? I think Marriott is just doing Christmassy type stuff with the family tonight. I've not heard from her today. Well, I think Norway they celebrate Christmas on the 24th more than the 25th. But I can taste garlic, and I had it yesterday. Yes, how does that sound? There's also the fact that I've just eaten way too much of basically egg and meat. So yeah. I mean, I'll say the thing is, I've eaten a lot of the leftovers from yesterday today, drunk a lot of Coke, smoked a lot of ciggies, been drinking Monster, and that last burp still tasted of garlic. So yeah, it's probably best I haven't left the house today. If I went out in public and there certainly won't be any vampires around me anyway. Oh, bless Steph. Yeah, she says, Merry Christmas to Marriott. If she watches the replay, she may do. She does sometimes. She may just come in later. Probably just asleep, I think. If she's not doing family type stuff, she's probably sparko asleep by now. Yes, that Marriott, Mark. Same Marriott, yes. I'll call you Mr. Methane if it starts coming out the other end. That's that thankfully has calmed down like the last couple of hours. Oh, maybe not. Mary should come on the stream sometime. That would be nice. I wouldn't say no. Yeah, quite embarrassing for me, probably more than anything. I don't think she wants to actually be on camera, to be honest. Generally, as soon as I break out the camcorder, she disappears somewhere. It's kind of funny. Still better than drank the old brown sauce. Oh yeah, that one when I went with the num 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 num, then realised it was like two years out of date or something. I just don't know how I'm not still asleep. Yeah, I kind of didn't have the greatest of nights last night. Basically, yeah. It was. I'm saying it was the rain on the window, but I think it was my backside kept waking me up with the noise. There was whale song going on in the stomach, and then I'd fall asleep to the whale song, and then I'd wake up and what the? Because I can't smell it. And I'm not going to risk sticking my head under the duvet and trying to taste it. So not like 2 a.m. No, not what you want. Yeah, as Mary said, it's bad enough you had to go on the stage for the work, which is the play group, play school, kindergarten, the Christmas plays, the nativities, as it were. But yeah, it's something you kind of have to have either I don't know, not the personality, not necessarily being extroverted. You just have to kind of get used to being in front of a camera. And I kind of have. It doesn't bother me anymore. Yeah, the hot box or the Dutch oven. Yes. Yeah, I've not done that. I'm a good boy. I have had that little dude. I have had him smack me one before when I dropped one, and it smelled particularly bad apparently. Give it all the embarrassing stories. I'm sure there are plenty. I'm sure I've done plenty of embarrassing stuff. Thing is, I'm the kind of person that if I've done something dumb or embarrassing, I'm going to tell you about it anyway. So now if I like accidentally fell in a river or set light to myself or whatever, I'm going to tell you because it's entertaining, and I don't care. I don't embarrass easy. Let's put it that way. Most of the time, when people try to embarrass me, they end up embarrassing themselves. It's the way it generally goes, anyway. Ow. Ooh, stretch. And yes, Mary, I'm wearing my Florgasm t-shirt. And I have figured out how to get a video onto and off of the GoPro. So we can compare injury stories all the time. It's normal. Yeah, true. I mean, it's not normal really, Sean. I mean, it's kind of normal for us. I mean, it's not that we're accident prone or clumsy. It's just we don't pay that much attention. We're not too worried about a minor injury happening, so we don't really pay attention to it until it does happen. That's pretty much how it is, I think. Ooh, pardon me. Trying to get that one out quiet, and it's not going to work. That's going to all of a sudden go bop. Yeah. So here, what else have we been up to? What else? So I've really not done anything remotely entertaining or interesting most of this week. So the stuff that may not have, because of the issues of last week's stream. So I did lose my oldest fish, Panda the Bandacory, last week, or week before last, which was rather sad. But hey, he had a good life. What else? We've not had any new. We've got more Shelly babies. Seeing Sean there, yes. So we do have more Shelly dwellies. Sold, was it 50 bristle noses and 50 cherry shrimp? No, just had to go upstairs. Hope Adam's okay, and the mold as well, Nadine. Yeah. Do we want to look at some Shelly Dwelly babies? Well, some Shelly Dwellies, because the babies will hide up. And then I'll be behind the camera when I burp, so it won't go to. Oh, pardon me. Maybe I won't be behind the camera. Sorry about that one. That was a bit bigger than expected. What? Oh, the option goes straight to the channel. Ah, that's cool. So here we have the algified. Oh, you can just see one of them down the back. There's a couple down the back there, but yeah. There's two batches of baby Shelly Dwellies in here. And the one that I managed to save from freezing to death, basically. So yeah, there you go. Just for you, Sean. Shelly Dwellies. And for everyone else, I don't think Annette's here, or Foxy, but Ramshorn Snowleys and Platinum Lyretale Mollies again. Empty, 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 waiting for bristle noses. Lots of chains. Platinum Lyretale Mollies, 150 bristle noses. Big Bacteria Bloom, 70 odd bristle noses, more mollies. Cookie Monster. And the same in there, just without the algae bloom. Now only 100 bristle noses down there. But what we've got behind me, we'll try not to do a close-up of the mush. So we have Ernie, some of the little corridores, some more mollies. Oh, there's Bert. Another batch of little baby bristly noses. And the little fishies. The glow like Danios are really looking rather ropey. I think that's more of an age issue than anything else. And I think everyone else is asleep. Because I can't see either the clowny loaches or either of the bristle noses. Or the rainbow. Oh well, never mind. Oh no, there's Bertie down the back corner. Just disappearing behind the box filter. Here she comes. And then yeah, we're not gonna go too in depth because other Christmas dinner is still sat there, but Algae Bomb and a couple of other tanks. Oh, you like the snail tank, do you, Mark? Yeah, it's the red and blue ram's horns with the baby mollies. What I find works is because the snails produce plenty of malm, which produces plenty of microorganisms, which feeds the baby mollies, and then any wormy type stuff that might actually kind of turn up, the mollies eat that as well. So forgot to send you. Oh, thank you very much for joining as well, Bob. Another Zach friend. I'm going to have to get my finger out and start doing some new emojis, I think, the way this is going. Yes, so there we go. General rundown. If you want to see all my tanks in more detail, this week's video was a complete tank tour. Well, I went through every single tank and told you all about them. Shameless self-promotion. And yes, I say to anyone who didn't know, wasn't aware, channel memberships are open. 99p a month, or whatever that works out to in dollars, probably about $1.30, somewhere around there, I think. Your support is greatly appreciated. It's with the support of people like you that I can continue make. Yeah, right. Sorry, yeah. So you got the camera already? You obviously got the computer because you're uploading videos. Yeah, you can carry on making them. Oh, yeah, obviously more money is always more better, and things do break, wear out, get old, need replacing. Like me. When I was As I was talking with Mary yesterday about camcorders. Oh, thank you very much, Bob. I do try. Although it's not, I don't go around. If this is something I don't do when I'm doing like a tank tour video, going around all my tanks, I don't spend ages beforehand, like cleaning them all up and making sure the glass is spotless and getting every little bit of algae out. And it's how they are, just on a daily basis. I don't, I don't actually go around and neaten things or tidy things up first. It's just these are how they look. But yeah, it's the yeah. We were talking about cameras and camcorders yesterday. I actually looked up my old camcorder that I use for my videos, and I've had it as long as I've had the channel, so I don't know if that's 5 or 6 years now. 5, maybe 6. And it wasn't the new model then, because it was reduced to half price when I got it. And they're still selling at £200. So, damn, must have been high end. So, yeah. I got a bit of a shock when I saw that, because I was expecting it to have come, if they were still available, to come down to, I don't know, 50, 75 or something like that, because it's so old. But nope. Take advantage of the high price sales, kids. Not the Black Friday one, because that is all. The Black Friday electronics is all the stuff they want to get rid of so they can get the new stock in. But it was someone just having a half price sale on camcorders or whatever. Take advantage. Because I did the same with my tablet 8 or 9 years ago. That was in the Argos half price sale. I think I paid about £200 for it. Do I sell snails? I do, Mark. Well, I supply them, but if you wanted some red and blue ramshorns, once it warms up a bit, I'll quite happily send you some over. I say red and blue, they're hot pink and blue. But yeah, I say, if you want some come spring or whatever and it warms up a bit, let me know and I'll stick some in a small package and send them over to you. I mean, whether you get live snails or a pot that absolutely stinks is another matter. But yeah, those guys like really hard water, which is why they do well in my water, because they have to chew it to get the calcium out of it, which is why the soft water species don't do very well in my water. So I try to avoid the soft water fish or shrimp or snails. Yeah, as I said, generally I won't send abroad, and I don't do like sales like Get Gills or whatever. But if you're someone I know, and especially if you're in the UK and you want something I breed, send me a message or an email, sort something out, I'm sure. It's the main reasons I don't are because I've spent enough years in retail to understand and know I don't like dealing with the public. And in the case of something like livestock, shipping that, he'll go, no, they turned up dead. I want a refund. And, for a full well, they didn't turn up dead. But yeah, it's just going to be more grief than it's worth, really, in the long run to me. There's that, and plus the doing the whole technological side of online sales. Nah. It's giving me cold chills thinking about how I'm going to figure out how to edit. So, you know, just to do a simple voiceover. Yeah, I did wonder whether they get stuck in customs, Mark. But yeah, as I say, simple little 6-gallon tank. Started out with half a dozen. And there are some absolutely chonking great ram's horn snails in there now. And there's blimmin' hundreds of them. Yeah, so because I remember sending something to someone in Norway, and the I filled in all the correct stuff for the customs. It got there in 2 days and sat in a customs warehouse for nearly 2 weeks before it turned up. So, yeah. And I wasn't sending anything iffy. Yeah. Customs are the same in the UK now. So, I mean, they're desperately trying to get their VAT money out of everything that's coming into the country. Nope, heater just popped on in the Shelly tank. I moved it to the other side so you can actually see that it's coming on and off. Something I highly recommend. A lot of people like to hide their heaters, which I understand because they're not exactly pretty things. But if you can see that it's on, just by looking at the tank, you can see the little red or blue light or whatever is on. If every time you look at the tank that light is on, then that might give you a warning that the heater might be stuck on. And then you can take appropriate action. Or if every time you look at the tank, the heater light isn't on, then you also know you might have a problem. Yeah, exactly, Steph. It's one of those things where, yeah, if you hide it, okay, it might look prettier, but if it dies, the first thing you know that the heat has died is when your fish start dying. I'd rather have a little more advance notice than, again, waking up to another large vat of Pleco soup. Shipping in general is ridiculous. Yeah, it is. Prices of everything that have just gone up a ludicrous amount. Don't get me wrong, I understand that gas prices have gone up, wages are going up, the prices of everything is going up, so shipping is going to go up accordingly. But especially when it comes to, for me anyway, if I want to buy some fish, I want to buy, let's say a pair of epistogrammas, and it's going to cost me £25–30. The shipping is more than the cost of the fish. Okay, it might be free shipping on deliveries on orders over £150, but I don't want that many fish, especially not, when you take into account the discounted prices you get when you're buying them online versus in the shop. Yes, there's 200 packages found in the ditch. Yeah, that happens. That happens in every country, though, I think. It's like, yeah, I can't be asked to deliver all these. Or the other one is a whole bunch of parcels go missing, and then eventually they're found inside someone's shed. And it's normally the postie that's nicked them. Yeah, Sean's going to be heating the shed. Normally a heated shed is called a sauna, if I recall correctly, but Um, yeah, yeah. You put your order together. You go, oh yeah, great. That's a great price. Yeah, click, 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 click. Oh hell no! Delete. Nope, not paying that much. Hang on, that much shipping that actually works out more expensive than it would to get them from the store, including the bus fare. Yeah, which is when it really takes the mickey. Um, yeah, oof, last time I looked, it was over £30 to ship live fish. For some reason, they would ship shrimp via Royal Mail for like £2.95, but the fish have to go APC or whichever courier, and for some reason that then adds an extra like £28 to the price. I understand the couriers are more expensive, but I had postal workers still stuff out of the package at the distribution centre, and they knew nothing done. Yeah, yes, yeah. At least you got the refund anyway, Rob. I mean, that's it's not all bad. Still annoying and worthy of lots of swear words. Probably not said on the phone. Yeah, I remember that. The 13 bucks to send a letter to Canada. Oh, had to. Well, see, DD, when you said you had to clean up your email, I was wondering what kind of emails you were getting. Did they all have picture attached teeth? Did they all have picture attachments, and were they all from men? Rob has no filter. Yeah, yeah. Again, one of the upsides from having worked in retail is you develop a really good filter. You cannot say. Yeah. Well, just know, Dee Dee, if you get an email from me with a picture attachment, it's going to be funny and safe. It might be a picture of a male chicken. Or such, just for the funds. Spent too many years. Yeah. So you got to the point where the filter developed. Screw it, had enough. Benefit of doing third shift, you don't have to have a filter. There is that. But I even that's because the last place I did work last shift, which was finishing at 11 at night, dealing with all the drunkards, and yeah, I still kept the filter in place because it just takes one person to complain, and you're in a whole heap of trouble. Yeah, Dave, shipping's been ridiculously slow, and the prices have gone up. Yeah, it's that's the problem. Is the people still the companies, the execs, they still want to make their big profits. They're not willing to take a cut in profits to boost the wages of the employees. So if the employee wages go up, they have to put the price up by the same amount. Yeah, you do get the more beer bottles thrown at you and more fights. and more people dropping bottles inside the shop or whatever. Ordered plants from 20 minutes away. It took a week to get. Oh, God. We showed local. I say, if you could have phoned them and literally just offered one of their employees that lived that way to, you know, here's however much, is 10, 20 bucks, whatever, just drop them off on your way home, dude. I'll see you right by it. So I've done that in the past for people. I'm not in the food shops. When I worked in the model shop, if there was someone they couldn't get to the shop while the shop was open, but you know, it was someone I knew and trusted, I'd be like, I need this in the model shop. Say, let's say some spare wishbones for a radio control car, suspension parts. I need these for club meet tonight or tomorrow night. Need to get them, but I can't get to the shop before he's shut. I'm like, yeah, no worries. I'll grab them off the shelf, chuck them in a bag, take them home with me, pay next time you're in. And it worked fine. Or they give me the cash that night. And yeah, keep the change. They complain constantly, but none of the managers did anything about it. Yeah, the problem is the managers I've had. Yes. Need some oil filled shocks from a Traxxas. Oh, which Traxxas? Because somewhere around here I've got a full spare set for a T-Max E-Max. Because I replaced them all with a set of, or I replaced all the plastic ones with a set of aluminium associated shocks with titanium shock rods. When he hit me with his truck, came to complain that I shouldn't have thrown him in his truck. The old original T-Max, Rustler, Stampede, electric, nitro, 4-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive. There'll be something that fits. You just need to get the right length. As long as you get the right length, you can adjust the mounting points. Electric Stampede. I think a set of RC10T associated rear shocks will fit on that. God. Sorry, it's been 5 or 6 years since I worked in the RC shop, and I still remember the weird stuff that fits on the wrong trucks and cars. There's a Terry. Hello, greetings. Yeah, the RC10. I was more of a Losi guy. Junior 2, double X, triple X, double X4. I've got the 22 and the 22.4 at the moment. Oh, Rob, if you saw the picture of what is sitting in my wardrobe closet at the moment. Yes. We're going back to things like an original 1980 Grasshopper, undriven, lunchbox, boomerang, Thundershot, yeah, all that kind of stuff. Fox, is there a Hornet? I think there might be a Hornet in there too. Yeah. And I've got everything going from 1/24 scale to 1/12 scale pan cars, all the way up to 1/8 nitro monster trucks and 8th rally crossers in nitro and electric, brushed and brushless. It's one of those ones where back when I was still working in the shop, we were trying to figure out who had owned the most RC cars, and most of the guys kind of got stuck after about half a dozen, maybe 10. It was about 2 hours later, I was still going. I'd got some like 150. Oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot of money's worth up there. I mean, the thing is, but I was deep in the hobby, as it were, and so I've got things like hand-built engines, prototype speed controllers. That is the only one in existence. Um, yeah, pre-production stuff, but it's just the grief and hassle of selling it. I've still got all my blooming Magic cards from the mid 1990s. It was only a few years ago I chucked out a whole heap of Games Workshop stuff, and I regret that now. The price of some of that's gone up to second hand. At some point, I'm going to have to start selling old stuff off. Might start with the fishing rods. That's probably one of the easiest things to sell. Yeah, it might be a decent subject for a video. Hoof them all out of the closet and go through what there is. There'll be some serious blasts from the past. Kind of tobacco. It is a standard Virginia gold leaf. Literally called gold leaf. Sean, the shipping on those Magic cards would be ludicrous. Now, I've got one of the big thick folders like that with the sheets in, and it sits there like that. This is just well over full. I think it weighs about 10 kilo, about 15, 20 pound, I think. Aaron's here. Ian and Asbo, how you doing? Yeah, so I've got all the old guff. And if it's totally worth it. Tell you what, Sean, we'll figure something out, I think, possibly. Because we're going back down to things like I've got some beta in there, some 3rd edition, 4th edition. It is just the rares and uncommons. So there's Urnham Gins, Royal Assassins, all that kind of stuff. Oh, Terry got the 64ths. Yeah, I never went that small on the radio control. Model-wise, I've done a 143rd. But most of the model cars I did were 124ths. Just looking to see if I've got any around. They're all 35th scale tanks. 35th scale tanks. 35th scale. Yeah, I've basically only got tanks down here now, I think. More tanks and figures and fantasy stuff. I mean, if I show a car off, I say show it off. They ain't great. Aaron will just laugh at me at how bad they are. And they've probably got about an inch of dust on them. I should see if I can find one. What we got? Let's find a dusting rag, because this is horrifically dusty. Probably shouldn't be using my fish towel for this, but you know. Yeah, that's the worst of it off. Oh, if you're UK based, I highly recommend the towels from aquariumadventures.co.uk. He does a "this blows," does a with a puffer fish, this sucks with a pleco, and one that just says cock on it with a flower horn. Anyway, yeah, so we have a Revel Porsche 918 V-Spec, if that's probably not gonna, you know, that kind of thing. And I don't like building cars. Well, the building's okay, it's just the painting's a pig. That's because it is an old guy getting out of a chair, Terry. Oh, yeah. Aaron's got him not doing overtime. Yeah. Christmas overtime. Deep joy. Well, you're doing 2 days more work a week than me. Anyway, there you go. I'm not doing any work at the moment. We've got to order rags before Christmas for models. Old t-shirts. Yeah, it's once you hit 40, it's, yeah, I think it's around about 40 you start making those noises when you stand up. It just shows that some of us, you know, have done physical work throughout our life and worn bits of us out. That's all it is. Plus, you know, I'm not exactly sitting in the best chair at the moment. It's a folding camping chair that is basically broken. So I'm not sitting level, and I'm sitting far too low for my knees to like. Early 20s. Well, yeah. I was happy when nothing goes snap, crackle, or pop. But I mean, I get that anyway, so. Yeah, I've done way too much damage to my skeleton over the years. It's as I joked with Sean in the past, if some archaeologist comes along and digs us up in the future, they're going to wonder what the hell happened. And there's Uncle Bulgaria, Richie Blondon. How the hell are you, sir? Hope all is well with yourself and your lovely wife. Yeah, my shoulder don't make any noise anymore. It just dislocates. Just comes out and goes back in. Worse you get is the kind of little grindy noise that I can just about feel. Yeah, glad you're doing okay, sir. Hoping you have a better year next year. I think we've been saying that for about 3 or 4 years, haven't we, Rich? You're on that list of people that if it weren't for bad luck, you'd have no luck, I think. Oh, again, Bob. Oh, thank you very much. Chair fund. Oh, and we've got someone who needs booting. Let's see if I can get there quicker than Mark can. Remove. Need a hammock. Oh, geez, that'd be dangerous. Me in a hammock? Yeah, no. If I get in a hammock, I'm never getting out again. Yeah, so I've not touched a model kit in months, which Miller Lite must be ceremonial. Yeah, I mean, they're going to think I got tortured to death on a rack or had all my bones broken as torture and then kept alive. Did I see Tamiya done new KV2? I did see that. But it's Tamiya. Now, Tamiya make awesome model kits. Don't get me wrong. Tamiya armor is just, it's an afternoon build. Steve knows the speed I build at, so when I got Mojo anyway. So yeah, a Tamiya 35th scale tank goes together in about 3 hours, and yeah, that's why I prefer my kits more complicated. They take a bit longer to build. And it's not like the KV2 is a complicated tank either. I mean, it's a big tank, but it's not complicated. Oh, get up there. Braveheart and your freedom warriors. Yeah, that's the thing, Terry. Given the state of my guts, anyone trying to pull them out is probably going to kill them in the process. I don't think most things could survive being in my guts. And I include bacteria in that as well. Ooh. Oh, that one came straight up with no. Oh. Oh. Oh, that tasted bad. Oh. Now, the brown sauce was fine. Well, that's mostly vinegar, isn't it? So back on the roll-ups, yes. We can get some Ottos and blue cherry shrimp. Ooh. Trying to remember. Whereabouts are you, Steve? Because I've got a blue cherry shrimp tank. And if you're close enough, that tank. Oh, moving back the tank crew. It's the ground to the end. Russian movie. Was it T-34? Or was it the KV2? Oh, I can't remember. No, Fury's not a tank movie. Fury's one of the worst movies ever made. Oh yeah, it looks pretty and all that, and I'm not knocking the acting, but the actual, yeah. Let's just say that scene with the Tiger tank, and I don't like target tanks, right? I'm really not a fan. I don't like German armor at the best of times, and the Tiger was massively overrated. But if that had gone down the way it would have done historically, the Tiger would have sat hidden in the bush, as it were. It would have fired its first shot, took out the first Sherman, fired the second shot, took out the second Sherman. The third Sherman shot would probably have bounced clean off the front of the armor, and the target third shot would have taken out the third Sherman. End of movie. You know. And plus, the Tiger would have been firing from over a kilometre away. So, you know. Methane makes smoking risky during evisceration. Ah, that's why we weren't allowed to smoke while we were gutting chickens. I wondered that. Methane makes smoking risky around me at any time. America, no, the Sherman was, well, let's put it this way, it was one of the top 2 tanks of World War II. Quantity has a quality all of its own. The Germans couldn't afford the resources or the manpower to try to keep up with the quantity that the Allies and the Soviets could build Shermans, T-22s, T-34s, M10s, M36s, Churchills, KV-1s, KV-2s, IS-3s, all the various awesome Russian tank destroyers. So they had to try and go something bigger and better. The problem is it didn't really work. They were on a hide into nothing. No, Sherman and T-34 were the 2 best tanks of World War II. They did what they had to do. The T-34 may have had more in common with a tractor than a Panther tank, but it started and ran in the Russian winter, which the German tanks didn't. It had very low ground pressure, so it could go across swampy, marshy ground, which the German tanks couldn't. There are many stories of crew members getting out of their T-34 and sinking up to their knees in the mud, where the T-34 is sitting on the top, because the pounds per square inch that thing's putting through the ground is a lot lower than someone standing there. And there he is. There's the world's best pleco. Little spotty boy. You having a good glass clean, are you, for me? And a feed up before you go back in your cave again. Yeah. Good boy. But yeah, World War II tanks, very, very interesting subject when you start digging into it. And what makes a good tank isn't necessarily what a lot of people think makes a good tank. For example, these days, the M1 Abrams is their best tank. T90 is their rubbish. Well, yeah, technically the M1 is a slightly better tank, but it can't fire anti-tank guided missiles from the main gun, and it costs 5 times as much as a T90 does to produce. And it's not going to survive in a fight against 5 T90s. Again, quantity having a quality all of its own. Oh, Bob's sending me pictures. These are going to be safe to open, unlike some of the pictures I get sent. Let's see what we got. Is it a... Oh yes, I do like that. Let's go. It probably won't show up. Oh, it's okay. It's called the Gassy Diver. It's an Aquarian ornament of the diver with the treasure chest, but the air bubbles are coming out of his bum. Yeah, it can paint the target, but why paint the target when you should be able to shoot it and take it out yourself? And Mano's here. Hello. I'm not too bad, thank you. Yourself? Oh, great. Yeah, you got to put that in a tank, Bob. I'll say, I mean, that's the story behind Cookie Monster. Is Nadine bought him for me for Christmas, so I had to put him in a tank. You know, even just for myself because I'm not a complete douche. So I stuck him in a fry tank, and he's kind of well known now on the channel. He does get some rather intimate interactions with plecos sometimes. Sometimes he looks like he's got a big black dangly one. Or he's got, the other day I wandered past, he got a baby pleco on each eye. Just munching on his eyeballs, which is quite amusing. Oh, there's someone else who needs getting rid of. Oh dear. You'd thought the trolls would at least take 2 days off, wouldn't you? They haven't even got anything amusing or interesting to say. It's disappointing trollage. Just spammers and hackers. Give me a proper troll any day so I can have some fun. They're all coming. Hey, they're all having to sit through the advert. So, you know, they're not achieving anything other than giving me money. Well, me and YouTube. How more am I going to turn up? That's 3 I've got rid of so far. Literally, because they have to click on the stream to come into it to put their silly hacker spammer link thing in, which means they've got to watch either the ad or run an ad blocker, I suppose. But then it's all interactions, so they're actually helping my channel out. But no one here is dumb enough to click them bloody links. Yeah, I say trolls are good. I enjoy the odd troll because I'm a big enough troll myself. So what I tend to do is I troll the trolls in the chat, but these ones, I haven't even got any interesting insults to say. It's just a link to some hacking place where they're going to steal all your personal information. You know. So I suppose probably the ideal one for that would be to set up a completely dodgy one yourself and reach 2K subs. I'm way short. I'm about 400 short of that, Bob. I'm about 1,600, I think. Unless it's had a massive jump in the last 24 hours. No, my subs tend to go up very slowly. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Same as I may not get 60, 100, 500,000 people in my streams, but That means I've got time to read everyone's comments and have a back and forth with you all. It's far more personable and personal. I'm not saying I would complain, you know. If I could make enough money out of YouTube to not have to work, or if I could make enough money out of YouTube and selling fish to not have to work, I wouldn't work. I mean, I don't work at the moment, but you know. And it's not as much money as people might think I need. Because I'm quite happy to live a relatively low lifestyle. As long as I can pay the bills, buy some food, buy presents for the people I care about, and not have to worry about, oh, no, I can't really do that because then I won't have enough money for that. As long as I'm not in that situation, that's fine by me. Patty, it's bots, yes. Not the kind of bots we like around here, hey. By summer 2000, I'm trolling on pan. I troll everyone. But you know, I try and do it in a way that it's kind of obvious I'm just having a laugh. I let people get to know me a bit first before I unleash full troll mode. Yeah, we've got the Russian bots in tonight, haven't we? YouTube for beer money. Well, if I was using it for beer money, I would be well in profit. Because it's been getting on for 20 years since I drunk anything. Alcoholic. No, they're going bye-bye. Just in case someone does accidentally click on it. Mind you, they're Russian hackers, so you know I might be okay. I'm definitely more closer to being communist than I am capitalist, but you know. Viva la motherland and all that stuff. Ooh. I need to do the cobwebbing again. Oh well, never mind. Yeah. Where were we? What was I talking about? Getting 2,000 subs. Yeah, if it happens, it happens. I'm not pushing for these things. I'm not overly fussed if it does or doesn't happen. I'd rather have fewer subs, but active subs, as it were. You know, people actually watch the videos or join the live streams, interact. Because when you notice your subs, it'll say you've got plus 12 subs, and you go, the number hasn't changed. That's because YouTube's taken a bunch off that haven't watched your channel for a year or something. You know. And yeah, I'm still going through the process of bleeding off all the modeling subs because I've not done any modeling videos for over a year. Pardon me. See you later, Mona. Have a good one. See you next Sunday. Hopefully not too hungover. Yes, that's like beer money. I've not. You get Patty in my streams, you hit the big time. That's just because I flirt with Patty, Terry. She's pretty Patty. So you flirt with the ladies, they'll come back. Bob loves the store tours. Well, thank you very much. So I think there's one more video left in the Suave Aquatics, which will be the pond fish, the outdoor cold water fish. which I can probably give a bit more information on the species than I can for a lot of the tropicals, certainly for the marines. There's a lot of the species they've got there I've fished for or caught. So, and hopefully as well, I'm going to have to ask really nicely, is this GoPro is waterproof? I'm going to have to ask if I can pop the GoPro into the tanks or into the tubs or whatever. Yes, I will ask permission first. I won't just turn up. Right, Mary, you stand by the door, make sure no one comes in. I'm gonna, yeah, no. But yeah, so there's that, and I have thought about doing the feathered and furry section. No, it's not an adult store as well. Now the birds, the bunnies, guinea pigs, Haggerty hogs, rats, hamsters, degus, gerbils. What else they got? All sorts. But that's really loud in there. When you've got parrots, lovebirds, finches, hornbills, cockatoos, cockatiels, budgies all going off at the same time, it gets very loud. That might be a cool video to do anyway. So I think those two is all I've got of basically every fish store within an hour's drive from me. People that have fish usually have other pets and like mixed species stuff. Yeah, I say, well, I can do it. It might not get a huge amount of views, but hey, it's content. And it might draw other people to the channel. So, you know, could be worth doing. Wouldn't hurt. It's not like I'm not down there very often. Usually at least once a fortnight I'm in there. Which brings me to the thought, other than that, are there any videos that anyone would like me to make? Whether it's my views on something or showing how I do something or talking about something random or a paranormal one or whatever. So if there are any videos people would actually like to see, rather than me going, what can I wave a camera at this week? I say this because I've run out of pre-recorded ones at the moment. So I've got to figure one out for this week. So it might be something completely random. Yeah. Might be a paranormal one or a ghost story type one. Might just be me playing about with the GoPro. There's a Mary paranormal on location. Great. Yeah, thank you very much, Bob. Well, that's the thing is, once the weather improves, because at the moment it's not really the kind of weather. I mean, no, people say the UK is grey and rainy at the best of times. This time of year, it's not pleasant. It's basically sludge underfoot. But yeah, so once weather starts improving and warming up again next year, then Mary and I will be doing more exploring of places. We've got, so she's got her books on stuff in Suffolk. I've got my books on stuff in Norfolk. We have been fairly regularly going back to the ruined church at Tivitshire St Mary and having quite a lot of experiences. Kind of feels weird to say, but made friends with 3 of the spirits there. They just basically come out and say hello. No, it's not like you see the ghost come walking towards you, says hello. But, yeah, you get an interaction. You can feel them more than anything. And there's another one there that I'm not going to say is a negative spirit or demon, evil. It's a new one. I think someone had recently got buried there. And I think they're just angry, new, confused, that kind of thing. And then there's the guy who got ran over on the road outside, who is responsible for the fly swarms. Yeah, that's interesting. Especially when, was it 2 weeks ago, we went to lay wreaths and light candles for basically for Christmas, because the three spirits is the Reverend and his wife and a young boy who's buried there. So we left wreaths, said a few words, lit the three candles for each, one for each of them in the vestibule, which is what I call it. And that got a bit weird because the wind blew all three of them out. They were out for a couple of seconds, and one of them relit on its own. So relit the other two, and all three flames were going towards each other. They weren't going straight up or getting blown about by the wind. They were all burning towards each other, which it could well have been a certain wind direction was causing that to happen, but it was interesting, a bit strange. And I was saying that was mid-December, and we still got the flies on the car, and there shouldn't be flies around at this time of year. Yeah, exactly, something completely different, Terry. Hence the fishing phantoms. It seemed a sensible kind of way to go. Shadow had to go outside. My shadow don't go outside. My shadow hangs around in the house. Normally upstairs. Occasionally has a wander around in my bedroom. Pops their head round the corner of the stairs. Might wander down the stairs and back up again. Yeah, my shadow isn't the dog. My shadow followed me back from a cemetery in Norwich. A very, very old cemetery in Norwich. But again, they don't do anything negative, scary. They just wander about a bit and sometimes make a bit of noise, sometimes move things around a bit. Nothing bad. Nothing to be scared of. Don't mean any harm. Don't cause any harm. They just be in them. And they're perfectly welcome. Oh God, I am running out of Aki. What should I do? I think I'm going to have to go out after the stream and go buy some tobacco. Eek. I thought I'd timed it just right and got enough, but obviously not. Did randomly show up one day and never left, so somewhat similar. Yeah, pretty much. Measure out 4 grams of white powder. I say on new fish keeping. Yeah, you're medicating something then, Terry, or it's either medicine, a dechlorinator, or an algae killer. Hopefully it's the algicide, but you've got it figured out so it doesn't kill the fish as well now. Yeah, so the story is I was up in Norwich hanging about because I had to go to the job centre to sign on or whatever. So I was hanging about because bus times and appointment times, it was either rushed to get there in time or got like 3/4 of an hour to kill. So I was just sat in the churchyard because it's quiet and Felt a presence, said hello, literally. And I was like, yeah, hello, I know you're there, I can feel you. I know that you are stood there. How are you? Blah, blah, blah. Just talk to it like it, her, him, whichever, like he was a normal person. Under my breath, obviously, not out loud, so people walking by thought it was nuts. And a couple of days later, I started seeing a shadow around the house. And yeah, yeah. And they're still here a couple of years later. Yeah, you know you got a lot of tank maintenance to do if you need Colombian marching powder to get through it. Um, so I managed to get all mine done on Monday last week. Thankfully, because then it meant I wasn't chaotically busy all week. I was just busy all week. I mean, today is the first day I've not had a whole bunch of jobs to do, so it's hence why I had 2 naps today. And it wasn't until about 15 minutes before I started the stream that I actually got dressed for the first time as well. You're alive. Oh, yeah. Throat's going silly again, and I ran out of Monster. That's not good. Oh well. At least I haven't got to worry about the place I'm going to go to get my tobacco being open or not. It's the place I used to work, and he's going to be open till 11 at night. One of the convenience stores in town was open all day yesterday, so yes, open all day Christmas Day. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Hmm. So shop tours, paranormals. Yeah, we've got a couple of video ideas. So if anyone's got any ideas about interesting things I could do with a waterproof GoPro, obviously put it in a tank. Yeah, duh. And Mary got me the floaty handle as well for it, and that means I can pop it in and it will literally float around the tank. The problem with that is it'll probably end up stuck up next to the filter with just filming the actual side of the filter or something. But I'm sure I can think of something interesting. Got a case for free. You get. Wrong flavour, yeah. Bar stewards. I had to say officer is metronidazole, honest. Oh, I got an interesting one like that. Have I got the tank to hand? Is the tank to hand? Can I see it? Which one was it? Ooh, it might have been one of the KVs or the ISUs. No, it's somewhere else. But I did a wintry tank. So snow on it and whitewash and all that stuff. Which meant I was using white pigments to approximate snow. Problem is, white pigments is a fine white dust, and it goes like any pigment, and it goes everywhere, especially when you sneeze. And I was doing that. There was a knock on the door. I came downstairs. I opened the door. There's a policeman stood there. And I've got white dust all down the front of my t-shirt. Yeah, that took some explaining. Yes. Hello, Griffin. Welcome aboard. Good to see you. Now, that one was because apparently there'd been a big fight outside on the street, and they wanted to know if I'd heard anything and get a statement from me. I slept through it. Apparently, I didn't notice 3 police cars and 2 ambulances. Happy birthday, Griff. You poor sod. Birthday and Christmas at the same time. Means you got to wait all year to get any more prezzies. Oh dear, that's not good. If I were you, I'd be like the Queen and just have a second birthday. Just move it to like May or June or something like that, rather than do birthday and Christmas at the same time. Well, it's probably cheaper for everyone else that has to buy you stuff. Yeah, actually, I think a video that might be quite cool would be a feeding bomb of baby plecos. Or you can just set the camera up and then stick some food in front of the camera, and then hit record and just watch dozens of baby plecos just nom 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 nom. That is always quite interesting to see. I still say that they should be called an omonom of pleclets. That's what they do and what they are. Now you get a murder of crows, a dum of sheep, or whatever it is, or flock, herd. A herd of cows, flock of sheep. Should be an omonom of pleclets. Makes sense to me anyway. Oh, and if you hadn't seen, my fart jar is up there. Some people have a swear jar. Mary bought me a fart jar last year. I still haven't got around to filling it up yet. Problem is, if I fill it up, I'm just going to take all the money out of it anyway and buy fish. And as I found, it's far better to sell fish than buy them if you don't have to buy them. Although I do kind of need some. Because the 15-gallon Flex is now home to only 1 pair of bristle noses, 1 pair of Scyphia multipunctata, and a single female apisto. Now, obviously, I'd like to get another male apisto. I'm wondering what else I could put in there as well. Yeah, save gas, fart in a jar. Yes. And maybe also for the new tank, the 20, which has just got again a pair of bristle noses, Perilimia, and a pair of Pelvica chromis. I'd like something else in there as well, but I'm not entirely sure what. Thinking perhaps a Cory of some flavour. I did think coolie loaches, but I'd never see them. And obviously having the Pelvica chromis in there means it can't be another cichlid. What are you doing? That's right. One of the plecos is sleeping on their back again. So yeah, I mean, fish wise, that's about all I've got space for, really. I mean, yeah, I could put more in here, but it's got to be something that gets on well with the Acaras and the Mollies. So, not entirely sure. I might possibly get some more Corys in there. But again, we've got a breeding pair of bristle noses in there. Or if you trap it, if you trap it in a jar, Chevy, it is still deadly. I mean, the particles may have settled out of it, but the methane will still be there. And what other nasty gases. Mind you, it probably rusts the lid. The methane is highly corrosive. I think it's what is it? One of the lakes or one of the moons of Saturn that is frozen, but actually has a lake of liquid methane on it. Basically, a lake or a sea of just liquid methane. You don't want to be lighting a match on that moon, do you? Oh dear. That's certainly warmed the climate up a bit. Chuck a ciggy butt in there, you'd know about it. On heck, anything trying to land, if it's using a thrust, the rocket thrusters to slow its descent, it's going to get halfway through the atmosphere and then just go boom. See the NASA scientists going, oh. Well, there may have been life on that moon, but we just blew it up. Wouldn't surprise me. So I thought my streams were about, chat discussing fart trials. Yeah. Pretty much anything goes here, Terry. We're not, prissy. We try and steer clear of politics and religion. That just causes grief and hassle. So it's just not worth it. But yeah, farting in a jar. We've discussed ladies of a certain shape accidentally dipping their boobs in the tank when they're doing water changes, ending up with duckweed on their tops, all sorts. Sometimes we even discuss serious things like mental health issues. Most of the time it's just fart gags though. Yeah, sometimes it's fish, paranormal, fart gags, knob gags, jar farts, meat pies, whatever the hell. What random stuff is Sharpe been eating this week? Yeah, get through all sorts of subjects. So if there's fishy stuff to talk about, if someone's got a question or anything they want answering, we'll try and answer it and help out. If it's random radio control or modelling stuff, the reason the hobby is male dominated is wet t-shirts. Yeah. At least, the thing is, it's warm water though, isn't it, Terry? So it's not that great. Anyway, some of us are not far off of that as well. Although in my case, I do normally end up just dipping the end of my sleeve in a tank, and then about 5 minutes later, what? Ew. Thankfully, I haven't got any duckweed though, so I don't get the duckweed ring around the arm. Here's Bobbert. Evening, Bobbert. How the devil are you, sir? Turn up just in time for the end. So yeah, this is my streams, Terry, and anyone who's new, it's just 2 hours of random stuff. You know, if we want to talk about wet t-shirts, we can. We don't do it in a misogynistic way. We do it because it's funny. And, you know, we have a laugh about these things. So the way I see my streams, as it were, is it's a chance I'm having a chat with my friends. Now, it's no different to really be down the bar with your buddies and you're just shooting the breeze, having a chat, or at the fish club, chatting with all your friends about your fish and what's going on in your fish room, or if you've got any problems, seeing if someone knows what to do. To be fair. To be fair. Sci-fi and conspiracies, yes, we do that as well. So we cover anything, but it's just, I don't sit here and say, this is what we're going to talk about this week. If I've got stuff to talk about, I talk about it. If I haven't, we just go by whatever pops into my head or whatever the chat comes up with. Literally, I had nothing, because now, other than what I got for Christmas, which is awesome. Thank you again, Mary. Spoiled me stupid again. I had nothing really to talk about. There's no plan, obviously. You can see that. No script. Not even a note written down, like a post-it note with subject matter. It's all just top of my head. Most of my videos are like that as well, to be honest. I was like, I'm going to do a video on this, and hit record and start talking. Then I hit stop and then I upload it. It's that complicated. Yeah, we talk more about alien stuff when Scotty was still around. Yeah, Scotty still comes in now and then. I think he's been more busy with work and life and stuff like that lately, though. So, and to be fair, I don't blame him. I'd rather look at Paige than me. You've got a choice between who you're going to look at and listen to, between a pretty girly that giggles a lot or a fat old balding bloke. Thank you very much, Rob. That's what I try and. Everyone's welcome, all inclusive. Just deal with the fact that I'm going to burp, fart, smoke. Yeah, apparently some people do. They plan their streams, Terry. Apparently, they'll make a list of all the things they want to discuss and talk about, and yeah, I call that subject matter for a video. And speaking of pretty ladies, here's another one. Although this one does have crabs. Hello, Hayley. How are you? Merry Christmas, my dear. Mwah. I keep trying to catch your streams. It's like I'm either having a nap and then I wake up and oh, just missed it, or something goes wrong and you lose internet connection. Yeah, you're not going to get away from those jokes about crabs, Hayley. Yeah, I'm not going to let you if anyone else won't. And hey, to be honest, to be able to say you got crabs from Hayley, good on you. But anyway, I think Brianne is due to stream now at 8 o'clock, my time, as it were. I know you'd love it. you make the most of it as well, Hayley. I wouldn't. You got that sense of humour. Anyone who gets upset about jokes about crabs is, I don't do the TikTok. fortunately. Otherwise, I'd be sat there all bloody day watching things bouncing around. But anyway, as I say, I think Brienne is due to start streaming now, unless Dave is still here and can say, no, she's not today. I think she is. So I can't remember what Brienne's channel name is. I do apologise. But before you go over there, bring it back down to PG. She's live now. There we go. So what we'll do is I'll send you all over to Brienne. It's somewhat Brienne's Fish Farm. Yeah, there we go. We got to go with a hashtag, so it's got to be done. Hashtag fart jar. There we go. That's not too rude, bless. I mean, Brienne's lovely. She is a young girl, so we try to keep things a little more family friendly. But anyway, thank you everyone for turning up. Bob, for your wonderful super chats and joining the channel. And yeah, blown away. Thank you very much. And to everyone, hope you had a great Christmas and continue to do so through to the new year. I will see you same time next week. Fare thee well. And to all the ladies, mwah. And any of you guys who might fancy a quick smooch, you know, I don't care. Anyway, thank you very much. Peace out. Rock on. Enjoy your hobby. Bye-bye. Sunday shop, do 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 do. Sunday shop, do 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 do. Sunday shop, do 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 do.